Welcome back to Spoiler Free Wrestling, everyone. And we're recording this Tuesday morning, January the 8th. And at 5 p.m. today in Jacksonville, Florida, All Elite Wrestling will be holding a rally not too far from where WWE will be presenting SmackDown later tonight. So, in preparation for today's rally, the Khan family, Tony Khan and Shad Khan, have both released statements concerning All Elite Wrestling and their involvement in it. All right, so let's take a look at what Tony and Shad Khan each said regarding what's going to take place with All Elite Wrestling coming up. Shad Khan is the patriarch of the Khan family. And he said in today's statement, I am the lead investor, a supporter, and a backer of All Elite Wrestling, and I anticipate great things today and into the future for AEW and everyone who has worked passionately on this week's launch. I know AEW will be welcomed by wrestling fans here in the US and throughout the world who are ready for something new and authentic. AEW will work hard to deliver on that promise. Shad Khan then turned his attention to his son's role in the promotion, and Tony will serve as the president of the company. So Shad Khan said, as important, I am the father, the proud father of Tony Khan. What a nice guy saying, anyway, who will serve in a leadership role at AEW during the 2019 launch and in the years ahead. Tony will assemble a great team to take AEW over the top for the benefit of everyone who loves the wrestling industry while continuing to serve in his current capacities with the Jaguars and Fulham. And Shad Khan was quick to point out that his work with AEW will not take away from his other work. He said AEW will operate as an organization completely independently from my other interests. It will not deter attention or divert resources from any of my businesses, teams, projects, or investments. At the same time, AEW will enjoy the same full commitment I given to everything and everyone in my life, my family and friends, my business, and in recent years to sports, hospitality, and now entertainment. And then Tony Khan, who will serve as the president of the company, he was next on the statement, and he said, wrestling fans are a community unlike most others. Yeah, that's true. I've been a part of this community since I was 7 years old, and I can tell you that wrestling fans see the world every day through a special lens. We see wrestling in Hollywood films and TV shows. We see elements of wrestling in the presentation of sports and in the marketing of grandiose star athletes, and we certainly see wrestling in politics. I really like those comments from Tony Khan. It's no secret Tony Khan really has been a huge wrestling fan ever since he was a kid. Uh, some people online have gone through and found tweets and things that Tony Khan has written in the past, which really illustrate his wrestling fandom. So, some people have found, for instance, he reviewed a 2007 WWE house show for the Wrestling Observer newsletter. He sent out the following tweet in 2012 regarding the departures of Bryan Danielson and CM Punk from Ring of Honor. He continued to talk about the wrestling community in the press release in today's press release about All Elite Wrestling. Tony Khan continued, the wrestling community is a constant. Its members are diverse. We are physically located in all corners of the planet, yet we are constantly connected. Recently, a new family has formed, bonded by love and respect for wrestling, but armed with a vision and resources that have never before been available to the wrestling community. As we've been saying on this channel, the Khan family are the richest people ever to get involved in the wrestling industry. No wrestling company in history have had deeper pockets than All Elite Wrestling, but what we don't know is how much money the Khan family are willing to invest in All Elite Wrestling. We know they have more money to invest than any other people in wrestling history. We just don't know how much of their money they are going to invest. We don't know that yet. We know that they are willing to invest enough that contract offers are going out, which are causing ripples in the industry, which is changing how other promotions offer contract out to talent. WWE's offering more on entry-level contracts. Ring of Honor's committing more money to talent than they ever have before. And New Japan Pro Wrestling is now locking up people to multi-year deals as opposed to their traditional Wrestle Kingdom to Wrestle Kingdom or January to January type deal. Our objective is to connect our community closer than ever before through All Elite Wrestling, or AEW. And he also mentioned that this will not take away from his other work. He says, AEW does not mean any less of a continued commitment to existing obligations and duties that I have, or my family has, to our business and sports interests. That will never be the case. What's important is that every individual decision we make as a family, whether it's ownership or investment in a team or property, is 100% beneficial to those specific interests. I will always welcome that accountability and responsibility, as nothing is more important than serving our supporters and friends. AEW will launch with a roster of the top wrestlers in the world. While they'll clash in what will be some of the most intense and fast-paced contests ever sanctioned in the squared circle, they'll also share a common goal: to make this a true golden age, to make this the greatest time ever to be a wrestling fan. Wow. Likewise, as a business, by treating our wrestlers with respect and warmth, we also seek to make this the golden age for the performers themselves. Hey, Tony Khan, you haven't been in the wrestling business long, but so far, I'd say I like what you have to say. And then finally, he said, I urge everyone who believes in what we're doing or wants to believe in dreams coming true to support AEW by spreading the word and passing the wrestling bug on to someone else. My message: get on the ground floor with AEW today and help lead our movement to grow the wrestling community and ensure that the voices of the wrestling fans, their creative minds, and their remarkable ideas will always be heard. Well, I can only speak for myself here, but I was really impressed with the words from both Tony and Shad Khan, but particularly Tony Khan in today's press release. The rally, which is expected to announce Double or Nothing, likely in Las Vegas around May, is expected to take place tonight. And make sure you hit the subscribe button to this YouTube channel. And also check out SpoilerFreeWrestling.com. Thanks, everyone. I'm EI Guy from Spoiler Free Wrestling.